Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon to some. I just want to say hello and welcome to the Praise Our Raw podcast with our wonderful guest, Heels versus Babyface himself.
Did you fucking put an S in that?
I did. I am sorry.
Do it again. We'll do it live.
Welcome to Heel versus Babyface.
Oh,
As welcome.
How you doing, Cole Hauser?
I am doing great. Thank you for joining.
Good. Honestly, it's not a problem at all.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
I love talking. I'm a nerd. I love talking nerd, right? If I get a good opportunity, like, this is going to piss some people off that have been emailing me recently, but never mind. I get a lot of emails that come through and they're just like, can you come on our show? Can you tell us your story? And I've told it 1,000 times. You know, I've gone on shows and I've done it 1,000 times, and I don't need to go back onto another show and do another. Well, I first started back in the year of our Lord 2012. You know, So if I get a chance to actually do something that I want, I'm passionate about. I'm a nerd. I love. These beauty boys here. This is my boy. This is my bag. So any chance I get, to talk this kind of stuff, bring it on.
Awesome. And here's Jeanette, who's going to be handling the mod duties. If you have any questions for Az towards the end of the show, just pop them in there, tag Jeanette, and we'll answer as many as we can for the time that we have Az on here. So
as you think of them, you can actually just tag me in chat, because I'm going to copy and post them onto a Word document and I'll read them out afterwards.
What the fucking hell accent is that?
Oh my God, never mind. I'm from South Africa. What do I sound like?
There's too much grass on the wicket.
Oh, I'll say.
Well, see, and that's why we love Az. We love his quick wit.
Yeah,
love his quick wit. So,
I used to play cricket. I used to play cricket with these South Africans back in the day. And when we go out to inspect the wicket before the match, thinking we're all amazing. They were good. They'd come out and they'd bring one of their test balls and they'd sort of like give it a little bit of a doof, and then the guy every time he'd just go, "There's too much grass on the wicket." Every time.
Yeah, we do take our sport seriously down here. That's all we have.
Well, I used to play cricket actually, because my background's from Barbados, so West Indian. So we used to play
Malcolm Marshall and all. Yeah, come on, man.
It was basically the Bajans versus the Jamaicans, and the Jamaicans didn't like it too much because they were always drinking. So
they just got machetes out in the end, didn't they?
So yeah. So upon further ado, everyone knows, I'm a big Transformers fan. Generation 1. Yeah.
No. It's such a coincidence, mate, because I like them. They're all right.
Well, it's funny because that's how I found you, as when you did a review for I think it was Rise of the Beast.
Rise of the Beast, probably, yeah.
Yeah, I saw, and I was just like, wow, you know what? Me and this guy, we think alike. And then I started watching more of your reviews, and not just on Transformers, but everything else. But I'm just going to step aside for a sec. The favorite review I ever saw that you did was for the movie Karen. And I gotta say, I've never laughed so hard in my life watching that two-parter. Chat, I recommend you go watch Az's review on Karen, because you will die laughing. That's what I did, because I'm like, Az's quip on this is just perfect. It's just perfect. So
it was. I can't believe that's nearly 5 years ago. Yeah. And I think it was Jay. I could be correct if I'm wrong, but I think it was Jay Longbone that might have sort of prodded me to do the review of Karen. But when we saw the trailer, we're just like, oh, come on. this is gold right here. And
oh no,
mortified there hasn't been a sequel, really, but there you go.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking the birds, the new Burbs should be a sequel, so because that would fit in perfectly. So,
hey, do you know what? I'll let you a little secret here. We had homework to watch the Burbs yesterday for Friday Night Tights. I didn't watch it. I just blagged it the whole effort. When we got to discuss on F&T, just blagged it. I seen the first 30 seconds. That's it. Gary didn't know. Nobody knew. All I had to say is, that's racist. And that was it. I was done. And there was, it was a bit. I was like, cool. There's my input.
Nice. Awesome.
make it until you make it.
Yeah.
It's the way.
So I guess we'll get started. So as myself being a big Transformers fan, you being a big Transformers fan, what got you into Transformers?
I think the honest answer, the true answer, the no try to make a narrative answer is I was a kid. That was my answer. I was a kid, and I had a big imagination as a kid. I was one of those kids with an imagination, you know. There were those who were more academically minded. I liked just to run around like a mental person, and I just loved my fantasy. I just loved kind of like my just going into other worlds and universes and stuff. And Transformers came out in 84. Yeah. I'd be 9 in 84. So I'm sort of that age where I'm not a goo goo gaga, but I'm not like a teenager or anything. I'm like, everything's getting serious now. And I just saw this amazing, like, to me, it was just revolutionary. Just seeing these vehicles transforming into robots. And I love robots and cars as a kid. I was one of those kids that always liked to play with their corgi cars or Hot Wheel cars and stuff like that. When they did that, by the way, I'm in the market for a police car Hot Wheels crack up mint on card. There you go. Because so all those things are really cool, and just everything about the Transformers screamed, you need me. Like the packaging is absolutely gorgeous. Mm-hmm. The font is incredible. The big open window, the vehicles looked exceptional because the toys, of course, focused more on getting the vehicle, then the toy would sort of come from that. The robot would sort of come from that. And so just from an appealing perspective, it was bonkers. And I was that age where you have your kind of like favorite cars. Mm-hmm. And my favorite car remains my favorite car of all time is the Lamborghini Countach. Or Countach, as some people say, but they can say it as wrong as they want. And it was red. And it would be, if you'd say, what's your dream car? I'd say a red Lamborghini Countach. And Sideswipe was right there. This Transformer that was turning into a robot in this gorgeous Lamborghini Countach form. And then next to it, you got Jazz, who's the Porsche. And then you got Wheeljack, that's the Lancia. And it's just like, it was, as a kid, it was just like an absolute hall of fame of your favorite cars that are turning into these incredible robots. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, your imagination you just see these and your imagination just goes wild. And Optimus Prime, of course, is daddy. So there you go.
So I guess for myself, Transformers came on because I'm only about a year, I think a couple years older than you.
Okay.
It was a Sunday when Transformers came on here in Canada. Sundays mornings at 11 a.m. I just clicked on the TV to watch the typical, because Saturday and Sunday mornings we had nothing but cartoons, not like it is today. I see this, and it was the first episode of More Than Meets the Eye. Mm-hmm. And seeing Optimus Prime, seeing Megatron, seeing them crash landing on Earth, I literally fell in love. And I'm just like, this is what I want. And I just stayed glued to the TV. Like, I used to go to Sunday school with my mom.
Yeah.
I stopped going to Sunday school to watch Transformers. That's all I ever wanted to do because it was on Sundays. So what was I supposed to do? I know some people have their NFL Sundays, but I had Transformer Sundays. So that's what I did. And then even when Transformers came on 5 days a week, I had to leave school early just to catch it because it came on at 4:30.
Wow.
So that was my love and passion for Transformers. And my first Transformers was Optimus Prime and Megatron because I begged. Coming from a family of 5, I had to beg and beg and beg my parents to buy them for me. So
that was too rich for our blood.
Yeah.
One was too rich for like when I remember my mum taking us to the local toy store, and I was allowed to purchase one Transformer, but it had to be I don't think it was less than £10. I think it was like it had to be like £6 or six, because I think when they started off the vehicles were $5.99 in the UK, and then I think they quickly went to $6.99. Probably due to the popularity. So I think I had £6 or £7 maximum to spend one. Optimus Prime was 15 or 20 pounds. Same with Megatron. So they were completely off the table. But I just had tunnel vision to sideswipe. You know, so that was the one I wanted. Which was the £6 or £7, and I was a happy boy to get sideswipe. Very happy boy.
Yeah. So even though during those times I was like, mind you, I kept on collecting, well, as much as my parents can buy for me, or if I got a paper, when I remember getting a paper route, I would go, all the money I saved. We had a store called Consumers Distributing, where you would go in, you would basically sign a piece of paper where you put in the product number, and then it would go to the back and bring it out. So that was the thing that I was constantly doing, because Transformers was it was life for me. Even when, and I told this story before, but on there was a Friday night, because I was more or less watching Transformers, but I was also getting into G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Pretty much at the same time. And it was a Friday night, our Buffalo station, they showed live action movies Friday night at 8:00. So I'm sitting there waiting, because I saw on the TV guide, which we used to have, it said a G.I. Joe movie. And I'm just like, what's this? A G.I. Joe movie. So I turned on the TV. I got a videotape, put it in so I can record it.
So you can record. Yeah, we used to do that all the time. Yeah.
I could record it.
Recording TV. Yeah.
So it was the 5-parter into one movie.
Pause it at the commercial breaks.
Yeah. Pyramid of Darkness. So is the Pyramid of Darkness. So you're introducing Tomax and Zaymont, Footloose, Bazooka, Alpine. They're bringing all these characters. And the very first commercial, it started off with Starscream and Thrust flying into a base and attacking it. And it was Omega Supreme.
Nice.
So I'm like, oh, wow, I can't believe this. So literally after, and I recorded this, but I made sure when my dad was sitting down the next day, I played that tape with that commercial to say, I want this. And I begged and begged, and I didn't get it till maybe the following year after for Christmas, but I always wanted to make a Supreme, and luckily I was able to eventually get him. So now, mind you, I love the cars. Like going to Toys R Us, the cars were very hard to find because they were always gone.
Oh,
Sideswipe, Sunstreaker, even everyone was, when I was in school, everyone was looking for that blue streak, and nobody could find it.
Because it's a myth, though.
Yeah,
it's a myth. Yeah, I mean they did it in later on But at the time, no, it was a myth. The Diaclone was the blue one.
Yes.
And there was the blue Diaclone, the silver Diaclone, and there was the police car Diaclone.
Yeah, Prowl.
Yeah, those are the three Diaclones that were available. And then they took the blue streak and then turned it silver.
Mm-hmm.
So people, so there's always this, there was always that, there is the mythical blue streak out there, but no, it never existed.
And I remember because the Toys R Us, like the shelves for Transformers was massive.
Yeah.
And I just remember going there and it's just like, this car is gone. This car is gone. So you would end up buying one of the mini spies if you're lucky.
Yeah.
So because Transformers were just so hot. Transformers and G.I. Joe was just so hot. So, and it was just, everything was just flying off the shelves. So, and sorry, go ahead.
No, you just reminded me, because I just remember, I remember you giving me good flashbacks here. We have a supermarket here in the UK called Morrison's. It's been going for over 100 years now, I think. And they used to have what they called a lifestyle department, which was anything but the food was all upstairs. And then they had this lifestyle department, which was like, all the bits and pieces, the glue and the blah, blah, blah. And they had a few toys in there. Used to have a few toys in there. And I remember very quickly, my favorite Autobot was Sideswipe. But I just remember being down in this lifestyle department and seeing the cassettes for Soundwave. And because you're a kid, right? Like I said, we didn't have a lot of money. We didn't. And there were £4.99 for the 2 cassettes. And there was a Laserbeak and I think it's Laserbeak and Ravage. Or is it Ravage and Ravage? Well, it'd be Ravage and Rumble, I think it was for us. But it was
Ravage
Rumble
and Frenzy.
As in Frenzy.
Yeah.
But it was Rumble because it was called Rumble.
Yeah.
Because my head has never been able to reset that in the UK because of how much I played with the toys. And it had a £4.99, and of course you had the price tags in those days, the price tag guns. So I was like looking around this lifestyle department. I found something that was £2.99, and I'm there very subtly fucking picking off this price tag. So I take off the £2.99 price tag, and I won't go back up to the cassettes, and I take off the $4.99 price tag, and I put the $2.99 price tag on there and go, Mum, these are only $2.99. Is there any? And she's going, well, if it's $2.99, okay. And we put it on. We got it for $2.99.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. But I love Soundwave was always my favorite Decepticon as a kid.
My favorite Decepticon as a kid was Skywarp because there was something about purple, black, good combo. Yeah, the purple. So I remember me and my father were out, and we went to the store Consumers, and it's funny because when we went there, we picked up Skywarp. I did not want to open the box because the colors was just so
good. The Decepticon colors are the same, black, purple,
Yeah.
So sort of this really,
yeah. So and then and his tail fins, his tails were just. Oops, I don't know what happened there.
Your camera tracking you again.
There we go.
Okay, if that's how you want to be.
Yeah, close up.
His tails.
Okay, I'm not doing that. Oh fuck.
There we go.
Sound effects.
So yeah, I loved the way his look, and then even in the cartoon, I liked his voice and his character arc in the cartoon. So Skywarp was one of my favorites, and then of course, when they launched, because I just started watching Robotech after, and then when I found out about Jetfire, I was like, I have to have Jetfire.
Yeah.
I have, because when I saw that commercial advertisement for the first time, I was like, oh my goodness, this is so cool. You had Jetfire, you had Shockwave, you had these two monsters.
Skyfire in the cartoon.
Yeah, Skyfire in the cartoon. So you had these two monsters where I was just like, I gotta have these. And you can see in my background where I have a couple boxed.
Yeah.
So
is that is the one that's just over your shoulder? Is that the latest re-release?
No, these are
that's not. So okay, so that's not right, because they've just done a latest re-release in a white plastic, haven't they? Instead of the the styrofoam.
They did it, and it actually has it has the skull and bones on it on some of the pieces, because I've been seeing that re-release going around some places, but they're asking like a lot for it. But I've always, because I got two there. There's one below and there's one up there, and then I got a couple open box. So there's just like Jetfire was one of my favorites. Even when Skyfire appeared in the first cartoon, loved his arc, how him and Starscream,
good story.
Yeah. So and that's the one of the things I loved about Transformers was the stories in the cartoons. The stories were just fantastic, and that's what kept you glued and kept you it was always appealing to me, the cartoon, and even the comics as well. But it was because the comic was the first advertisement for the Transformers when Marvel did their thing.
Yes, it was the comic first. Then the comic was there to promote. Well, the cartoon was sort of almost synergistic to promote the toys.
Yeah,
but it was the comic that came out first. Hence why a lot of the design on the covers and stuff are completely sort of out there. I think it's Bill Sienkiewicz who does the cover for the very first Transformers, which I do have, which is signed by both Frank and Peter.
Wow.
So that will, that's like a treasure piece for me.
Oh, big time.
But because the Marvel comics ended at around about 83 or something.
80.
And here in the UK, ours continued. We continued and started to make our own stories, and made some of the greatest Transformers stories ever. And I think, I've been told that my my Kickstarter for the Transformers, that is shipped. If I haven't seen it shipped by the 27th, because I'm international, because obviously I'm UK. If it hasn't shipped by the 27th of February, I've got to chase them. But very excited to have that. The compendium ship.
Compendium. Yeah, and I guess that was my. I really wish we had more access to the UK comics, because I know they did that one crossover. What was it? Man in Iron? Was it the Man in Iron? No. There was a crossover they did into the G1, where they took the story from the UK. Oh, it was the Galvatron one.
You're probably talking the Ultra Magnus Galvatron.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
where they're encased in the volcano. And, because they have the huge fight which ends in the volcano erupting and trapping them for however long. That's one of the things I wish we had more of with more of the UK. Yeah, because the UK Transformers comic leaned. It kind of leaned. I mean, the designs are obviously the toy designs, which were very clever the way that they did that. They'd use the toy designs and the toy color schemes as the characters. Like Galvatron would be gray. He'd have the gray and purple, touches, instead of having the full purple that he was in the movie and the cartoon and whatnot. And in the UK, they very much leaned into the Ultra Magnus Galvatron conflict as opposed to Rodimus Prime Galvatron. Rodimus Prime was for the most part with Cup and Blur, and they would have their own kind of stories that normally surrounded Cyclonus, Scourge, Death's Head coming in.
Yes.
As a bounty hunter. The Death's Head storylines were fantastic for the comics as well. Did all the Goldbug stuff, Bumblebee to Goldbug, G.I. Joe crossover. So yeah, it was, and that ended up going until like 330 odd issues.
Yeah.
80 of those are, obviously being the Marvel reprints, but yeah, there was a ton of stories that we carried on going. That's why I have much more love for characters like Rodimus Prime, whereas maybe on the American side you don't, because you would have just really got season 3, Transformers the movie, whatever, and that was kind of like all you really got. But in the comics, they really fleshed out Rodimus, and they did such a good job that him, Cup, and Blur were just like this amazing trio.
Well, and I guess for me, and we can go to the movie after, but even for so I skip Rebirth. I can't stand Rebirth. I never liked the idea of putting aliens in Transformers heads. And this is why I jumped to season 4, Japanese Headmasters. It makes more sense. The storylines are a lot better. And there is a lot of, mind you, Optimus Prime dies again, but the fact that, Rodimus is taking on more of a role. Unfortunately, Ultra Magnus perishes, but but when Fortress, this is how I fell in love with Fortress Maximus, just watching Fortress Maximus doing what he does, and then transforming to this, like, just watching Fortress Maximus size compared to Metroplex. Metroplex is like this. Where
he's a wee bit bigger. Oh, hey, we're doing this again, are we?
Yeah. And that's why Fortress Maximus is one of my favorite Autobots, and I'm lucky to have the G1 back there. So
is that the
Japanese
proper G1? Right.
Yes.
Yeah, the Takara. Yes. Yeah, because a lot of unhappy Fortress Maximus collectors when they decided to start just reissuing it all the time. But having the head down there, the Cerebus down there, transformed into Fort Max's head, desperately waiting for fans' toys to put out the Fortress Maximus body. It's going to be way too big for the cabinet, because it's going to stand at like 4.5 foot tall or something daft like that.
4'3", and that's what one of the things you and I talk about a lot is when's Fortress Maximus coming out?
When's it coming out? I mean, they were hoping it was going to be last year. I think the body was going to go up for pre-order. Never happened. But there is the design. The concept design is done. And it has been floated out there. So I mean, it's going to cost second mortgage, third mortgage, fourth mortgage. But oh my goodness me, that would be incredible. But yeah, the Japanese did their own, like the British when we did the comics. The Japanese did their own thing. They got rid of Optimus because they would have Starsaber and as their predominant leader, and then they did bring Optimus back, but it was Convoy, so it wasn't Optimus, it was Convoy, and they sort of did their own thing with Optimus. And what was fun about stuff like that, of course, was the Power Master Optimus Prime, in theory, looks absolutely baller. And now that we've got the Masterpiece, because I do have the Masterpiece Power Master Optimus Prime in there, it's like that was a really cool upgrade. The physical toy that they released never lived up to it, because once upon a time you had these great pieces of die cast and you had these wonderful transformations, and then somewhere Hasbro did a Hasbro, and it just became lumps of plastic that like opened up and then just popped out, and that was it. That was your toy. No articulate. Because I was one of these like fussy people. I was just like, I want to see some articulation. I want them to be able to be posable, to put them in the cool, shooting the guns and stuff like that. and particularly with the Rodimus Prime, like the Rodimus Prime literally like connected to the trailer and just pulled out. And there was his legs. And then his legs had joints on them that wouldn't bend.
Yeah.
And he was just like, what? Yeah. And I was like, initially, when I first got my Rodimus Prime, I was like trying to bend the legs and I had to stop. I was like, oh, I'm going to break it. Because I thought the legs were going to be able to bend and stuff like that. And I mean, that Rodimus Prime toy is in travesty. No, it's a travesty. Yeah.
Well, you see my discuss daily, you know, in my X post when it comes to Hasbro. Because Hasbro just has this affinity of just not like it was Transformers and G.I. Joe that got Hasbro to where they are. And now for them to just say, we're going to cross over with Ninja Turtles. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Whatever. For me, I have been going more into the fans toy masterpieces because, I got the Power Master Optimus Prime. Like I have the original Power Master Optimus Prime. When I got the new masterpiece, I love this thing. Like I even ordered the Nemesis Prime.
Okay,
masterpiece.
I do have the 3-0 Nemesis Prime over there, which is
so I'm just so disappointed in Hasbro because they haven't learned from what Fans Toys and others have been doing to bring out proper Transformers that we want.
Yeah, it's so bizarre that and it's not just Fans Toys. I would put like multiple different brands ahead of Hasbro before you even got to saying, oh well, I'll pick up the Hasbro version of that because a lot of the masterpieces that I have, I'm under no illusion these are placeholders.
Yeah.
And they were always purchased as placeholders. So I had one, I could display it. But as soon as the latest, the Fans Toys version came out, maybe an X Transbots, depending, or maybe a fourth party. Like my Optimus Prime is a fourth party Optimus Prime. And it's the best version of Optimus Prime that I've seen so far. But like recently, of course, there was Ratchet and Ironhide. And those two versions from Fans Toys they make a mockery out of the masterpiece stuff. They make absolute mockery. The DX9 sideswipe laughs in the face of the masterpiece sideswipe. Like and then we've got the Fans Toys version of sideswipe Red Alert. I'm just desperate for the DX9 Red Alert to now release. I've just got shipping notice of the first part of Computron.
Yes.
So I'm very excited to get my hands on that, to see the quality of that. And get because Computron's like, that is one of the best, bulkiest looking motherfuckers out there, So, and I did have, I either had 2 or 3 parts of Computron, but I never managed to, I never managed to ever complete a whole combiner. Something else had to fit into place.
Well, in the other picture of my collection, you can see in the corner there, Computron, the G1.
Yeah.
Because Computron is actually one of my favorites. And when I saw that Bingo Galileo, when I saw the strafe, and I think I sent you the pictures, I was just, oh my God.
Yeah, my local, I was so surprised because I was like, oh, am I going to have to go to TF Source or something like that? No offense to TF Source, but it's nice if you got it UK based, and then just to find that no, my UK based one, he had it up, and I was just like grabbed, and all of those got sold out as well.
Well, I have to thank Bruce Flash because I was going to get mine from TF Source.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, why don't you go to Showzy or TF Safari? And because TF Source is selling it for $159, which is, $159 American, where Showzy or TF Safari was selling it for $119. So I just went there and ordered the Galileo from there. So because yeah, I am really looking forward for this. Like this is a Computron that I will put together and display, because I've been recently opening a lot of my stuff and just displaying it. A lot of stuff I'm just keeping in the boxes, but now once I get some Logic cases, I'm going to start doing more displays, putting more stuff in the to show, because I like the, because I get it. I want to show my stuff. It's nice that I still have all the boxes, but I want to start showing the actual figure. So
I mean, this. Sorry, go on, Jeanette.
No, I was just saying we've actually gotten him to unbox a few on stream, which is a wow moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to share this. It's just for the audience out there. But there, I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
And this is meant to be a mixture of plastic and die cast as well. So the quality is looking. I mean, that's got great lighting and everything, but you know, I'm like, if you come anything like that, this is going to be a doozy.
Oh,
this is going to be an absolute doozy. And I'd like to know how big it's going to be, how big these compare.
Well, think about how big Scattershot's going to be.
Oh, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be like that. Sure, it's gonna be like that big or something. It's gonna,
exactly.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, probably about that. Probably like that big. It's gonna be a big boy.
Yeah. So, because I remember when that first came out, and I remember I was sending, and you said, "What's this?" And I remember you looked it up, and I was just like, "This is the Computron we need." This is because even for Strafe, his articulation and just his body, he looks exactly like the cartoon. Just every detail. Because one of my favorite episodes is Grimlock's Brain and Money is Everything. Love those two episodes because they feature the Technobots.
Yeah.
So, those are great.
Technobots are strong as hell as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
so it was good to see an Autobot combiner that was actually absolutely wrecking.
Yeah.
You know, Defense Soul was kind of doing most of what it should be doing, which was the helping out type of business. And the Aerobots would do their thing. But soon as something like a Devastator or a Bruticus came along, then you were just like, oof.
Yeah.
Things going to get punched hard in the face.
Yeah. And I love it, like, because I was a big fan of the battles between Computron and Abominus. So there were just two combiners that just made sense. I actually got the Combiner Wars Technobots. You know, I was like,
Hasbro,
because you know when they started bringing them out, I was like, am I excited? Yeah, sure, why not? Here you go.
The only Hasbro thing I'm excited for is the Missing Link stuff. That's it.
Yes.
Because the Missing Link is adding this level of articulation to the OG toys, and we finally got RC after 40 years nearly. And so the Missing Link Ultra Magnus looks great because my first ever Ultra Magnus down there. I got my first ever Ultra Magnus, OG Ultra Magnus. And I did take it out and I transformed it because I've never been able to do that. I've never laid my hands on one before. So that was the first Ultra Magnus, OG Ultra Magnus that I actually laid my mitts on. But I had to do it. It's in amazing condition. Sticker sheets not even used. It hasn't even been taken. Well, it's got extra bits, like extra Ultra Magnus bits in there. It's like 2 chest pieces and 2 waistlines and stuff. And to put Ultra Magnus together, it's so finicky because the white Optimus cab literally is just like 2 round holes that it's got to stick in.
Yeah.
So if you're playing with your Ultra Magnus, I imagine you're holding it like that so that the cab doesn't fall off. And then of course there's apart from the arms, which has a wee bit, there's just no articulation on that
Because they're just straight.
Yeah. It's literally just flip these feet up and it's just like one big layer of plastic from top to bottom. It's just like, what am I doing to you, mate? And Galvatron had some for a Transformer, Galvatron had some excellent articulation for a toy. Yeah. So this guy's legs are bending all over the place, his arms are bending all over the place. You know, and Ultra Magnus is just like, well, I can do that. And that's pretty much it, mate.
Did you ever get, because I know they made two versions of Ultra Magnus. There was the rubber wheel, and then there was the hard wheel with the blue face. You got both of them?
Hard wheel, blue face. I'm still in the market for rubber wheel, silver face.
Okay. Well, if I find one, I'll make sure to grab one for you.
I know I saw Drunk 3PO in the chat, and I know that I'm not going to give anything up, but I know that he's got himself a nice Ultra Magnus.
Yes. He
does. Yeah, I would. I think is it a 75? All I know is I need to get one that's higher grade, and just send it to Jay, and just with nothing else said, just a photo of the Ultra Magnus, and then a photo of the grade, and then that's it. No words, and just leave that with him.
Jay says
he's
85.
An 85. Fuck, 85 plus. No, 85 plus. He said, "Shit." The only way you're going to beat that's a 90 for fuck's sake. That's like 12 grand. Fuck's sake. Okay. Ah.
So not happening.
Wow. No.
Didn't think so.
Not unless the missus wants to live out in the street for a bit. I don't know.
Well, we got
hell no.
We got 2 TF cons coming up.
It's not happening.
I was supposed to be at the TF con in LA, but I always tell them I ain't going to a blue state. But we actually, because of that one, we do have Frank Welker and Peter Cullen at that one. So I'm actually pushing. Hopefully, he can come to they both can come to either Orlando or Toronto. But yeah, I'll be on the lookout for that Ultra Magnus for you.
I mean, to be honest with you, like, so I'd take them all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I got some good graded stuff. I got like a good couple of 80s. I got an 80 Cup. I got an 80 Null. I do think I've got an 80 plus on one. I've got 70 plus on tracks. Yeah, I've got some decent stuff.
Jay said he'll.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jay said he'll trade for a Starscream.
Yeah, of course he fucking would. Do you know how expensive that is? Do you know how expensive a high-graded Starscream is? You could buy a brand new car. You could buy the bloody jet. So, but yeah, I mean,
oh God.
I did see a very high-graded Starscream recently. I think it was an 80. I think it was an 85. I don't think it was an 85 plus, and it was up for like $12,000.
I picked one up last week, a Starscream. It's over there.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
It's still, the box is a little thing, but Starscream is still sealed in his compartment.
Okay, still on bubble. Yeah.
Yeah. The guy wanted to say, "Oh, I'll give it to you for this much, but I'll take the Starscream. You can have the box." I said, "No. I will take both, but I'm only going to pay this amount because of the way the box is." And he says, "Oh, okay, here, take it." So we're taking take the box. Yeah. Well, as even for my fans toys, Skyfire, there was this guy had this fire because I work these toy cons here in Toronto.
Yeah,
he's had this thing for maybe like 2 years, sealed, couldn't sell it. So in January, I saw it. I said, "Listen, you're gonna sell that thing?" Because he was still asking a lot for it. So I just went up to him, gave him this amount of cash, take it or leave it. I said, "Listen, you've had this thing for like 3 years. It ain't moving. So either take this now." And he says, "Okay, it's yours. Take it."
It's pretty decent. I think a 2.0 version should come though.
Yeah. Did you order Delta Magnus?
No. Right, I tell you why. Right, I tell you why. I would absolutely snap up a Delta Magnus Diaclone convoy. Absolutely in a heartbeat. But I don't really go into the IDW stuff or the G2 stuff, the way that they sort of try to bring the additional ones in. But for the Diaclone, I would absolutely, if I could get it as a Diaclone, holy yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question then, because you just said the G2. So if they bring out a G2 Sideswipe, really?
Yeah, it's black. And that's the last thing I want, Colin.
Racist.
Who wants a no? To me, no. That's not Sideswipe. That's a black Lamborghini Countach that's been put onto the like this weird bubble with a card around it to try and sell more toys for Hasbro. No, that's G2. To me was not done in the right spirit in any stretch of the imagination. It wasn't done in the right manner. It was simply done to try and get their old designs of the toys going again and to flog them. I didn't see any love. I didn't see any creativity. Nothing. We're going to recolor it and whack it up. Nah. So,
well, the one thing we did get was those stupid rap commercials for G2.
Did you see the comment?
There is a lot of bizarre advertising, particularly in the early 90s, by the way. Particularly in the early 90s, that you just shook your head out. And of course, in the early 90s, I'm now, I'm finding new toys to play with, like breasts. So
yeah, those are good.
So it's becoming even this stuff's becoming even more like, oh, look at this childish stuff. Look how matured I am. Type of thing.
Going back, Transformers the movie.
The Transformers the movie.
Yeah, sorry, I don't associate with live action. But they're doing. I just saw yesterday. I posted. They're doing this apology tour, and I guess you saw what I don't know if you saw what I said. I said,
I saw the video.
Yeah. Hasbro, they can go fuck themselves, basically.
Oh, the missus has sent me a text saying, yeah, we can live on the street if you want to get that 9.0 Ultra Magnus. So, okay. I am a very loving woman. Thank you, my darling.
That's a keeper.
Jay, if you're listening. When I went, I cried in the theater because I'll never forget that day when I went.
Oof.
When Prime died, I bawled. I cried. There were kids.
Everyone did. We all did.
Yeah, we're all crying. And think about this, because there was no social media back then. It was just parents writing letters into Hasbro.
Yes.
And it was one of the darkest days because, Optimus Prime, my hero, your hero, everybody's hero.
Everyone's hero, everyone's role model, everyone's big brother, everyone's dad.
Yeah.
Ultra Magnus, yeah.
Understanding, but what is even Hasbro even thinking now doing an apology tour? Like, why?
What's the apology tour is to see you watch fucking Optimus Prime die over and over and over again? You're sick fucks.
They'll start a flood.
Look, if they want to do an apology tour, put out some good product. How about that? That would start with an apology tour. The best thing I've seen. I've got it. Oh no. I don't know where I put it. It's not what I thought it was. The best thing that I've had in from them is the cards, the cards that they did, the packs of cards, the trading cards. To get a full set of them, that was the best thing that I'd gotten off of them in multiple years.
I actually have them. Oh,
I got myself a nice little metallic Megatron and stuff, and Sort of those, yeah. But
yeah, 84,
and it had the nice.
These are the original.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
Yeah, these are the original.
Who knows what's in that? What's the price tag say? By the way, I love
69 cents.
You fucking bet it is. I love a good price sticker on a Transformer box, by the way. I love me a good price sticker because to me, that's as much as history as the toy itself.
You'll never get it at that price.
Yeah, I've got a few on there that are from Woolworths in the UK, which is now defunct. Woolworths
We've still got Woolworths.
You still have Woolworths. We don't.
Yes.
I
shopped there this morning.
Ours went out of business nearly 20 years ago now.
Yeah.
And so I've got a few Decepticons that got like Woolworths stickers on them. $8.99. My Astro Train, I think, has got like $8.99 Woolworths sticker on it. But there's a few that
we still have Toys R Us.
Yeah. No, gone as well.
Yeah, we come to South Africa. We've got it all.
Yeah,
I'm 20 years behind.
I think I'll pass on that if that's okay.
No,
unless I've got a literal army surrounding me.
No bollocks, man. You'll be fine.
You get shot at driving down the motorway.
You get shot at in the UK and the US all the time.
You just get knifed. You just get knifed.
Yeah, we don't get arrested for free speech. We can pretty much say anything we want and we're cool.
Yeah, well, if I said what I wanted there, I'd be killed very quickly, actually.
I saw that post, yeah. You'd be fucked.
But yeah.
Oh,
at
the world we live in.
You can get away with a lot more than we can say here.
Yeah, no, listen, no one tells a Dutchman to shut up.
So yeah, if they want to do a proper apology tour, then release some good products, because I was really disappointed with the offering for the 40th anniversary.
Now I know we talked about this on afternoon tea. Well, I sent in the chat and I mentioned I am not in seeing what they're bringing out now, but I am not a fan of the studio series for some reason.
Do you know what? I picked up the Ultra Magnus, the Studio Series Ultra Magnus, and I sort of looked at the back and I sort of looked at the quality of it on the back. So I haven't opened it up. And I'm like, I think I'm just going to sell this on. Because it was, there was the hope of getting the Transformers movie reboxes, with the new art and stuff like that. And then I actually got a Hot Rod and opened it up because I love Hot Rod. I think Hot Rod's one of the coolest, looking vehicles, OG vehicles, original vehicles, and the quality was diabolical. It was falling apart out of the box. And this was the Hot Rod for the Transformers, the movie, it was literally falling apart.
Wow.
And it was some of the most terrible level of quality. And that to me was just like, well, fuck you, Hasbro, This is an absolute disgrace of and their Dungeons and Dragons were the same. Their Dungeons and Dragons, which are in the boxes, were falling to pieces. Just brittle, falling to pieces just snapping everywhere. And I was like, why do that? Why do that when, you can spend a whole lot more, but you can get yourself an actual piece of history there. You can get yourself a true piece of history. The way that they wanted to make the toy line, because Hot Rod's color is different and the toy
it's more pink too, right?
Yeah, it's more pink in the cartoon than it is than it is on the toy. And then most have tried to now stick with the red version when it's not. And then the fans' toys Hot Rod comes out and it's the proper pink.
Yes.
It's just like perfect,
And that's a Tommy, right? Or is that a fans' toys? The Hot Rod?
Fans' toy. The fans. That's my fans' toys. Hoodlum, as they called it for fans' toys. Yeah. So that's the right pink. But everything that comes out from Hasbro, red, masterpiece, red. It's just like, Why can't you get the color scheme right?
Mm-hmm.
So bizarre.
Yeah,
Guys?
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's 5 to whatever time it is.
How good are you as
I got half an hour or more.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
around
no,
half an
that's
hour.
fine. Then we can
Okay.
leave about 15 minutes at the end for the questions because there's quite a few coming in.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I read better
Not
than
enough
Beardo, so
time to talk Transformers.
So one of the videos I
never
saw,
enough.
yeah, one
It's
of the
never
videos I
enough
saw
time.
where I literally I laughed, but it was your Rise of the Beast, because I'm gonna be straight, and I know it's gonna piss off a lot of people in chat. It's gonna piss off
that film.
It's gonna piss off a lot of people in chat, but I hate Beast Wars. I cannot stand.
No, I'm in your court. I'm in your court on that one. I know a lot of people, if it's their generation, but I grew up with Beast Wars. Good for fucking you. You're young. Yeah. Some of us get to experience the proper stuff in its day, but no, Beast Wars never worked for me.
Yeah. And for them trying to bring some nostalgic back by bringing in Optimus and Megatron on the disc and bringing in Ravage and the Ark, I'm just like, who are you trying to fool?
Scourge. I mean, what the fuck?
Like, this is not Transformers.
No.
I am sorry. This is not it. So when I heard, like, okay, when I heard, I hated the live action because, and I'll go into the Rise of the Beast. But the problem with live action is they were garbage. They Hasbro subdued to General Motors so they could put their cars in it.
Yeah.
And then when you think about it too, you know, Spike from the cartoon was more mature. Being at 14 years old was more mature than Sam, LaBoo's character. Than he was. So, and then they come out with Rise of the Beast, and you know, Optimus Prime or whatever. And then you have this director. Oh, we're making this for a Black and Hispanic audience.
No, you're not.
I'm watching this movie for robots. I don't want to watch humans.
Exactly. The Black and the Hispanic people going, no, we're here for the robot porn. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need to see myself represented in one of the fucking annoying humans that always appear in these things.
Mm-hmm.
We want the first 10 minutes of Bumblebee, the movie. That's what we want. That, you know, we want the Transformers looking like their actual versions. We want it probably on Cybertron. Have a good story about the war on Cybertron. Maybe end it with the Autobots fleeing in the Ark. Yeah. You know, setting up a sequel to happen in the later on. Whatever. But that's what we want. We want the authentic version. I don't know why. I mean, you got these studio guys out there. Well, people can't relate to robots. They need to have that human connection. No, they fucking don't. Do you understand? They have no idea why things like this remain so popular for decades upon decades upon decades. They're always trying to drag it into modernity. Oh, well, people are this bit. No. The reason why this has been so popular is this is the purest sense.
Yes.
So when you hear anyone talking about Bumblebee, all they talk about, and rightfully so, is that first 10 minutes on Cybertron, which took imagery direct from Optimus arriving in Transformers the movie. You know, every single robot looked like a fucking awesome version of the toy, of the animation, of the cartoon, whichever you want to call that. And so we were like on board. Ratchet, yes. We got Cliff Jumper, yes. You know, Wheeljack's there. We got you know, Shockwave, Soundwave, Starscream. The Seekers are getting absolutely smashed left, right, and center. Optimus, of course. Bumblebee's talking. Thank God. You know, it was so good to see that kind of stuff. And then you see something like Rise of the Beasts, which I didn't want to see, but I had to review because I had too many people going, come on, Az, you like Transformers, do it. And you see Mirage, and one of the first things that Mirage does is transform into his fucking race car version and just like, stay. and then he just transforms into Jazz, essentially. So it's just like, so you've got Jazz that's been called Mirage. You know, it's just like, just stop. You do have no idea what you did. And this is why you cannot connect with fans with this stuff. It's because you don't actually know what you're doing. You think fans are stupid. You think they're dumb. They're probably some of the smartest people you'll ever know. People that fall in love with Doctor Who and Star Trek and things like Transformers. You'd be amazed at how many of them sort of use that and go into fields like architecture, engineering, science, you know, because they're so enamored by these elements. And then he got some dumb fucking suit that's gone and got himself a marketing degree from Slop University, Wankville. And they just go, well, all these fans, they're stupids. You see, they're stupids. And so they need to be held by the hand and get out of it.
Well,
get out of it.
Yeah, even for Age of Extinction, you had Prime's, you know, flat.
Didn't watch it. I'd had enough by then.
Well, I watched it because when I saw the trailer,
I saw Hot Rod, I was out. I saw the image for Hot Rod. I was like, fuck you. And the horse you rode in on, I am out. I've never fucking ever seen that film.
Well,
surely you meant donkey he rode in on. Not even a horse.
Wow.
A donkey.
Yeah.
I could say something else, but I won't.
Yeah. No, I hear you. And this is why I've had no, you know, because I love G.I. Joe. I had no love for Rise of Cobra or Retaliation. I only liked the Cobra scenes. That was it. You know, Firefly, rest in peace, Ray Stevens. He was a good Firefly. They gave Cobra Commander an actual, you know, his face mask and, you know, a good suit. But that movie, I was just like, forget about it. And then, of course, in Rise of the Beast, they're trying to bring this G.I. Joe crossover, which I'm just like, the only time I liked the G.I. Joe crossover was in the G1 comic. And then, of course, in the G1 cartoon, when you had Flint and Lady J's daughter in season 3. And then that episode where you had Cobra Commander using Destro's technology. That's the only time I enjoyed it.
Got myself a sealed Lady J over there.
And you just got your Baroness, right?
My 3-0 Baroness.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I haven't opened her up yet, but she's gonna go up with Destro.
Nice.
But my original Action Force Lady Jane.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I remember you switched it up your display when you had all the G.I. Joes back there.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got all the G.I. Joes are there now, and the G.I. Joe Action Forces are going across the top, and then all of this is now Action Force above here, and then I've got Transformers across the bottom.
Awesome. Yeah, I and again, I want to thank you again for sending me the classified. Was it the Stinger? No.
I sent you the Cobra Commander and the
vehicle.
Yeah. It was the I
can't remember the name now.
Oh, it was there. It was there. It was there. Ferret.
Did I say it was Ferret? Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for that. Much appreciated.
Whatever.
Yeah. So, so because pretty much I like. I
only had on to them for like a year.
Yeah, I remember. It's all good. It's all good, my friend. Yeah, because for me, collecting, and I want to talk some, like, I guess, masterpiece, because I know we touched on some of it earlier, but that's pretty much all I've been, between the masterpiece, the old school G1, and then, of course, the missing link. That's pretty much all I've been collecting now. You know, regards to, you know, a couple of classified, but I'm just still, there's still a bunch of G1s that I'm missing that I need to get. So
I think I know actually my Autobots here, I do have a complete season 1, season 2 of all the Autobots. There are now some season 3 being scattered in there as well. But I do have a complete range of various brands. But for the most part, Fans Toys, then Masterpiece, and then third, fourth party, just, topping off a couple of things. I think my Wind Charger is I think that's the X Transbots one. So I'm very looking, I need that Fans Toys ones to take that one over.
My very first Fans Toy Masterpiece was Omega Supreme. That was my first.
That came later. I have a whole story about my Fans Toys Omega Supreme.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
You want to touch? You got some time to touch?
Yeah. I'll kind of TLDR it a wee bit.
Okay.
But I bought a private collector had one up for sale, and it was it's a pretty decent price, but it looked like there was a bit of wear on it. So I'm like, okay, all I'm doing is displaying it anyway. So as long as it's all working and all the bits are, I'm okay. A little bit of maybe a little paint scratch here or there. That's fine. It's fine. A little bit of character. So I purchase it off them, and they send it in the post. It comes in like a brown box that is flimsy as the day is long, and it's got like just through transportation holes through it. And I'm like, I was like, I already knew that I was in for a wild ride when I opened up this box. I open up the box. They have taken Omega Supreme, folded it in half.
What?
Just rammed it into this box, taken some plastic bags, tied a knot in them and put them in. And the leg snapped up. The leg has snapped off in transportation. It's like the worst. So I've got pictures. I'll tell you what, if I've still got the pictures, because I might have deleted them now, but if I've still got the pictures, I'll send them to you, because I took shitloads of pictures and I sent it into the auction site. And the auction site, I think I said private site, it was an auction site, sorry. And the auction site were just like, well, I communicated with the person first. I went, dude, look, this is the condition that it was wrapped in. This is not how you wrap something of this A, size, and B, cost. It's this leg snapped off here. I'm like, and I'm showing these like tied up, and I'm like, I don't even know what this is meant to be. If you think this is meant to cushion anything. And they come back and they're just like, oh, well, that gives it a bubble. It's like an air bubble. I'm just like, oh, fuck off, mate. So I said, look, I ain't got time to muck about with you. So either you take it back and refund me, I'll just immediately stop dealing with you and just go straight to the auction site. So it's just like, well, okay, don't. Enough. I'm off to the auction site. So I go to the auction site. I send all the pictures, and they're just like, to the other guy, fuck off, mate. His money, he's getting his money back. So I, because I am not a twat, only on lock. Well, I am, but I get a proper box. I get a bunch of bubble wrap. I take each part off individually. I wrap it all up. I put it in a box, layers of and I send it back to him. And I get my money back. And then, as if from heaven above, serendipitously, within a week of all that happening, a beautiful version of Omega Supreme comes up for auction, and I snag that. Just a fraction more, but it was like immaculate. Absolutely immaculate. So I ended up getting my Omega Supreme very, very quickly after my bit of a disaster purchase, but it's all gravy baby now.
Yeah, I remember when I first got mine, because I got it for Christmas. Well, it was a gift to myself, but I did wrap it, and I did wrap it in Christmas paper and everything, and I opened it up and I was like, oh, look, I got it.
Me? So, how could you?
Exactly.
I'm so good to myself.
Yeah, so that was my first, and I've been collecting here and there. But I want to ask you, have you collected any of the, I guess, non-transforming, still Transformers, but I don't know if you've seen that. I've been posting the train set, the RC car set. Have you collected stuff like that?
I do have one Christmas when I was a kid. I got the Transformers board game.
Oh.
For Christmas. Whatever happened to that, I don't know. You know, that would have been when I would be 10, 11, 12, whatever. And so a few years ago, I managed to acquire a steel sealed MB Games Transformers board game. And so that's just over there with the collection. I do have some Transformer statues. I have the beautiful Bumblebee with Spike statue, which is incredible. And then just
the Rodimus too, right?
Right next to me is I got the Rodimus. If I can just pull, can I put? I won't. That's as far as he'll go.
Yeah, let me just.
But yeah, I do have the Rodimus just poking in there. It's actually in hot rod form because he's got the dual pistols.
Oh, okay.
So it's actually in hot rod form there, but. Yeah, and I do have a few more. I do have the Galvatron statue already paid off, like 2.5 years ago, or whenever it was. Allegedly, that's due for shipping soon, but that's the counterpiece for the Rodimus Prime.
Yeah, I'm waiting for. I can't believe. I know you bought it, but the Robeson Soundwave.
I have. I don't know if I should admit to this. I have the Robeson Soundwave. I have both versions of the Optimus Prime Robeson. I have the Optimus Prime trailer from Robeson. I have the Grimlock from Robeson. I have the dancing Bumblebee. From Robeson. And yes, the Megatron. And I have the Megatron right there from Robeson. So other than the transforming Bumblebee, I have all of the Robeson Transformer stuff. And I do have the non-transforming 3-0 Transformer, the DLXs, and I have some MDLXs down there. So I do like a non-transforming Transformer if it's part of a style of a theme that looks good.
Yeah.
Because those are all batteries. So you got the glowing eyes, you got the glowing pieces of material on them and stuff. And I did actually pick up a Nemesis Prime version of that, which is very rare for me to actually do. But
yeah,
I like the idea of Nemesis Prime.
Yeah, I only have the Optimus Prime, the Robeson, and then because
which version though?
The first version.
Okay, so one with the thing across the back of the head.
Yeah, the one that transforms.
Yeah, they're both. Yeah, but one of them's slightly smaller and doesn't have that. They've managed to remove that, and the original one had the back plate on the head. Yeah.
So I have that one, and then I didn't get Megatron because I'm one of those guys who Megatron's not a tank. So I got Megatron right there.
I get that. I
couldn't do it. I didn't get Grimlock. I didn't get Bumblebee, and the only one I just said, okay, I bit my tongue before the price went up and got Soundwave. So waiting for that to come. So
yeah,
I know it was a lot, especially in Canadian. I was like, okay, I'll just get it, and I did. So, yeah, one thing I do regret not getting. Do you remember the Transformer Activity Center that looked like a castle?
Oh wow, no, I don't.
Yeah, so if I can just pull it up quickly. I saw it. Guy was selling it complete for $50. I said, I'll get it another time. I didn't get it, and now I'm crying because now it's going for $400 or $500. So it came out. It was basically let me just bring it up here. It's just basically like
the Teletran. It's like Teletran 1.
No, here I just found it.
Oh, I see. Oh my God! How could you not pick that up for $50?
I know.
Dude, that is amazing. I've got pictures. They're amazing. There's a video.
Yes.
There's actually a video.
Do you want to share your screen, or
I'll just put the link in. You share the video. I'm just going to quickly nip to the loo because my bladder is full of urine.
No problem. Let me just bring this up. What am I doing here?
You want to drop me while you show it? Because I'm cool with that.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to bring it up here. Here it is. Sorry, chat. Yeah, I'm still new at this. So that's it there.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it was just, yeah, I had a chance to get this. I didn't buy it, and yeah, those are the things you live and learn.
Yeah.
So now it's selling for like $400 or $500 now, because I've seen it at different cons. Like even at the cons I work out, they haven't. Like there's two different guys that has them there.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be worth it to get it at that price still?
Yeah, true.
Come on, bite the bullet.
Actually, Lex, no, 3. Not. I've only been doing YouTube for maybe like 3 months.
Yeah, you've only been doing it on your own.
Yeah.
You're right.
So yeah, that was. If I, you know what, I might have to bite the bullet and buy it, because I always wanted this. Yes, it's cardboard. Sorry, it's diesel. It's cardboard. So.
Carlotta, do you guys want to do the question section?
Yeah, I'll wait to ask us back, and then we'll.
Yeah. Just want to see.
Sorry, the mat under my chair got tangled up under my chair.
Problem.
So.
I was just showing the picture of this as so. Yeah. I do.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, I do know a couple of guys selling them, but they're selling for, one guy's selling for $4, another guy's selling it for like $480. So.
Is that Canadian?
Yeah. So I might just have to go get
sealed or opened?
It's one of them sealed. Yeah.
Add it to the list.
It looks so good.
Yeah. So
yeah,
and I knew I should have picked it up.
Add it to the list.
Yeah. Okay, so as we're gonna start, because I know we're almost at that time, so we're gonna take some questions.
No problem at all.
Okay. First one is from Bruce. Is Az caught up on all Fans Toys releases, and which is his favorite?
Yes, I am. I just recently got the next Constructicon. I posted the.
Was it Hooked?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's now three down, 3 to go. It's difficult. I mean, the Fans Toy stuff has been. I was really, really impressed with the Ironhide and Ratchet from Fans Toys. Like, really impressed. The engineering on it is phenomenal. The look on it is phenomenal. Considering I don't think anyone else has got anywhere close to producing a version of those guys to that degree. But I gotta say, it's so difficult because there's so many great ones. I gotta say, Blaster, the Fans Toys Blaster is fantastic. That's a really, really good one. And I'm very excited for when they turn their attention to Grapple and Inferno. I'll be very interested to see their versions of those guys. But Fans Toys wise, I do love the Insecticons as well. I'm a bigger Insecticon fan. OG Insecticons. They get a lot of hate for some reason.
Yeah.
You know, the other ones are much better because they're much more diverse in the way that they looked. And I'm just like, fuck that. These three, you know, fucking Bombshell, Kickback, and Shrapnel, they were just like, they look brilliant together. Yes. And their looks were phenomenal. So yeah, I'm a big Insecticon fan as well.
Yeah, my favorite was Kickback.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mine was Shrapnel. Kickback was very close second. And then Bombshell was the
yeah. Just quickly, the Insecticon syndrome, one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, it's good
when
one.
They grew eating the Nova power core.
Yeah.
Great episode.
Insecticons are underutilized.
Yes,
I would say very much underutilized, especially when you see the kind of level of damage they could cause that we saw in Transformers the movie. You know, so. Oh, did you see the using the storyboards, the extra scene that they put into Transformers the movie?
Yes.
Yeah, with Ultra Magnus and Sideswipe. Yeah, that was some good shit.
Yeah.
Az is going to get to take his missus to supper for next Valentine's Day at this rate.
I always prepare Valentine's Day in advance just in case something happens like this.
Yeah, but it's good talk. The Beast from Hawaii says, "Aloha, my brothers. Ask Terry why Starscream is superior."
Why Starscream is superior?
Yes.
Soundwave superior.
Well, there's your answer, The Beast. Bruce wants to know, Starscream or Jetfire, Skyfire?
I don't think you can call yourself a Transformers fan unless you are utterly in love with Starscream. Because he's one of the greatest characters ever created. Never mind Transformers. He's such a devious little bastard, and he just does it in such a way that's kind of endearing and lovable in a way.
I was just gonna say, lovable villain.
Yeah, you want. I was always wanting Starscream to succeed. Not necessarily in defeating the Autobots, but definitely in usurping Megatron. And so I was not equally, but I was very sad when he was killed in Transformers the movie. As a kid, I was just like, "What? No, he's the best." And they simply did not have a personality like Starscream to take over on the Decepticon side. And so the Decepticons were a lot weaker because of the loss of Starscream in the movie. To the degree that they actually had to bring his ghost back. So
Jay's saying, I need to clip this.
Yeah, he'll put that in a wank bank later for Jay will.
But you know what? As I like Ghost in Machine and Starscream's Ghost. I love those episodes.
Yeah, because Starscream's back.
and I love the part when Unicron says, "Now connect me." It's like, do it yourself.
Do it yourself.
Anyway, moving on.
Which is the proper Starscream. That is, proper Starscream. Yeah.
Bruce also wants to know Az favorite combiner.
I mean, the best combiner from an objective perspective has got to be Devastator. But my personal favorite is Bruticus, because I managed to acquire 4 of the Bruticus toys as a kid, and again, due to the cartoon, the UK comic and the additional stories that they told, there were some great Bruticus stories in there. There were some brilliant stories that kind of revolved around the Combaticons and Blaster and Goldbug and Mechanic and all these things. So to me, my own personal favorite, Bruticus. Cannot wait to the announcement from Fans Toys when they eventually get onto that.
Speaking of Bruticus, my favorite episode is Bot. When they placed Megatron, when they placed a bomb in Swindle's head to go find Brawl's components.
Swindle's one of my favorite Decepticons as well. I love Swindle.
Yeah.
I had him as a kid. He was my micro Megatron. Because of his gun arm, his gun cannon. And I just love the color scheme, and I love the Jeep because I was into that sort of military. You know, you're a kid, you're all into that kind of military stuff. So the Combaticons were cool within themselves. But Swindle's one of my favorite. He's in my top 5 favorite Decepticons.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, well, to quote someone, let's keep it moving. I wonder who that is. Okay, Dormor Solutions. How did you guys feel about Transformers 1?
I didn't like it.
Don't care. Sorry.
I thought there was some. The problem for me is the tone was all over the place. So you didn't. What were you trying to do? Were you trying to make a kids' film? Were you trying to say something? Were you trying to establish some new connective lore? Whatever they're trying to do, it was all over the place, and I didn't like it in the slightest. Everyone tries to overcomplicate things nowadays, and try to put that horrible, marvelly humor shite into everything. And if you look at the tone of like the cartoon, sure, there's like plenty of goofy moments in the cartoon, but when you look at the main characters, they're all very consistent in how they behave. You know, Optimus Prime is very consistent, Brawn's very consistent, Wheeljack very consistent, Megatron very consistent. And in Transformers 1, they're all over the place. Every character's all over the place. I can see why it flopped. Look, you got Quintessons in the fucking first movie, for goodness sake, and you haven't even established your own world. You haven't even established these characters. So yeah, it was a big miss. Big miss.
I don't need Transformers going, bruh.
Yeah. Just stop using current day, and just.
They're trying to turn everything into a Ryan Reynolds movie, all funny, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Okay, Manotha has heard any Warhammer music? Hint.
Warhammer music. I mean, when we play Darktide, I love Darktide, and I do have a few 40k armies and whatnot. But the music in Darktide is absolutely insanely good. Insanely good. Like when it's starting to ramp up, when all the when everything's piling in, whatever it may be, it's just like, oh, you just feel that you're there. Yeah. So some of the music in Darktide is just epic.
Comic Relief Crusader says, would you guys like a all caps proper MP Predator King?
If we said MP, that was the problem. The problem was the MP part, the masterpiece part. Again, if like Fans Toys announced tomorrow they were doing a Predator King, I would, without a hesitation, have it pre-ordered.
And it's going to be big too.
It'd be huge. It should be huge though.
Yeah,
because the Predator King should be essentially using the size of the Dinobots.
Yeah.
To scale the size of Predator King, as opposed to So Predator King should be fucking massive, and Predator King's absolutely perfect G1 for me.
Comic Relief, how do you guys feel about Straxus? Is my pronunciation correct?
He's
Is my
from the G1.
Correct?
He's from the G1 comics, so for me. Not too much.
Okay, here's another hot one from Comic Relief Crusader. Carlhauser as and Drunk has Carlhauser as and Drunk 3PO seen the additional episode Big Book of Master Force? If not, do they want a copy? Yedo snuck in there.
I've seen pretty much all the Master Force, all those. Yeah, I've pretty much seen them all.
Okay, then Bruce Flash, best in-box G1 in your collection as?
Like best condition or just my personal favorite in-box?
I think take both.
Of my collection. It's a toughie. It's like
asking you to choose between your two children.
Right.
What a conundrum.
It's hard.
That's what she said.
I know. That's what she said, right? I've got some doozies. I do have my Dirge, which is an 80 plus or an 85. My Dirge is really nice, but I'm a big fan of Cup and Blur, and I've got two cups, different boxes, and
okay, so best condition. Best condition would then be
best condition. That'll be my Dirge.
And your favorite?
Blur.
Okay, there you go.
Hold on, let me just throw one in. Jose Taco is asking as if he has a VF1 Jetfire. I never seen it on his streams.
A VF1. Fans Toys.
No, I think he's.
Oh no! Okay. Sorry.
The Robotech.
Yeah. The Robotech one. No, I don't. I have been looking out for one. There was a couple I had the opportunity to pick up recently. After really sort of going over the condition of them, I decided not to pull the trigger. I want one in better condition. But I would certainly in the marketplace for one for absolutely. I'd like it 75 plus better, 75 better.
Well, there you go, chat. Go and find it.
I'm always open to freebies, chat, if you're feeling generous, you know what I mean?
The General, I'm thinking that's pronounced correct. How much is the average price for a Delta Magnus?
What version though?
Wait, are you still in chat, the General?
It depends on depends on the version. I mean, we're talking.
If it's a Diaclone, it's going to be
a lot of money if it's a Diaclone. Because even loose, the Diaclone Delta Magnuses are like £400-500. That'd be 1,000 Canadian. That's loose and not in particularly good condition. So if you were to find yourself a boxed up Diaclone Delta Magnus inverted commas, then it would probably set you back several thousand pounds.
You want to hear something sad?
Sure.
5,000 British pound is like 80,000 South African rand.
Wow. There you go.
Well, our currency is fucked. Okay. Diesel wants to know, can you ask Az and Cole each, what do they think the greatest third-party transformer is? For him, it's Fans Toys Road King Motormaster. Curious what yours is.
So good.
That is good. The whole of Menasor is great.
Yeah.
With all, I think currently, I'm going to go on a limb here. I think currently the Fans Toys Constructicons are insane. They are absolutely insane in robot form and vehicle form. And these have been properly designed to combine together. They aren't having the extra pieces like Superion and Menasor, because they've been specifically designed to come together where they weren't. And so they had to engineer that in. So I would say the Constructicons right now.
For me, and like I can go back to my Omega Suprema stuff, but when I got the Galvatron 2.0,
good.
Man, what a figure that is! Like
it's so good.
It's so good. So I gotta go with like
you don't realize how good that is until you put it next to your 1.0.
Yeah.
And when you put it next to your 1.0 and really look at how much detail has changed and been switched around, because there was a lot of questions. Why are they doing a Galvatron 2.0? And then you see it and you're like, oh, touche.
Yeah.
Bruce Flash. I think there's only a few more left. Bruce Flash wants to know from Az. His first figure was Sideswipe as well. What was your second? His was Windcharger.
Okay, my second, I kind of played with the rule of if you've got an Autobot, you must have a Decepticon to counter it. So my second Transformer, I can't say with absolute certainty, but I think it was Swindle. I think it was Swindle. So if I had two Autobots, I would need to have two Decepticons so they could
balance out.
Yeah, so they could fight on some sort of parity. But I think it was Swindle. I can't absolutely remember though.
And Victor Prime wants to know, do you have Rodimus Unicronus? Is that correctly pronounced? Okay. Then Jose Taco asked Carl Hauser to show the F1, the VF/1 Jetfire, and if they sold it in the UK. I think there's one question after this.
I did own a Jetfire. But it wasn't the Transformers Jetfire. It was actually a toolkit toy that you built and put together, and it became the Jetfire Transformer. Third party, whatever. Don't even know the brand. Just remember I got it as a present one day from me, Christmas or birthday, and very, very finicky to put together, but it actually became the Jetfire Transformer.
Okay, and then Manotha wants to know, oh crap, my copy and paste went a little awry, so now it's a bit of a cock up. Anyway, anyone still have the 1980? That was Victor Prime. Did I ask that if anyone had the 1984 booklets? Did I ask you guys that?
No, I had one of the booklets.
Remember, I'm old and the Alzheimer's is here.
If you talk about those type of booklets that open up and they have the
toys in them, the advertising.
Just the okay. If there's just a specific one for the Transformers, no. We used to get like catalogs, like multi, massive store catalogs, and they'd have them all in there, stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think I showed. I posted because I made.
Yes.
Yeah, I framed them. I got like 3 frames now. Of them.
I remember that.
Manotha says we need a purple-haired trans Autobot in a wheelchair with a Jamaican accent and smoking a doob.
Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
Last question is now from Diesel, and he says, I just wanted to tell Carlhausen that I would love to talk Transformers sometime. Like them, I grew up with G1 and have been an obsessive fan since 1984. And I do think that you and Carlhausen, not that I've got any bloody say, but I do think you and Carlhausen need to do one of these again at some point. Because I think you guys have only just barely scratched the surface of everything that you could have chatted about.
Could go on for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, this could be a EFAP stream on Transformers.
So that's all the questions.
Yeah.
Done.
Well, I gotta say, this has been an honor to have you on.
No problem at all. It's been a load of fun.
Yeah, because I know we talk Transformers, and I'm always messaging you.
Yeah, we're always messaging each other with Transformers stuff or whatnot. So yeah.
So again, just tell everyone. Well, I know we've been putting your link in the chat. Please sub and subscribe to Az if you haven't already. He's got some wonderful takes. Go watch that Karen. Watch that Karen video he has, because you will just grab some popcorn, grab some pop, and you're gonna laugh yourself silly. So,
we should have dropped the link for that.
Yeah.
It's all good. For people that have come in because I put the link in, subscribe to Carl Hauser. It's somebody that's risen up because we talk nerd, and a lot of us who are probably here, we all know the circle that we're in, and the reason why we do things like this is because this is what we truly love. So as much as we might have a little bit more prominence with shows like FNT and Real BBC and stuff like that, it's all grown up because we're exactly the same as everybody else. We're just big fans of this stuff, and we're just lucky enough to have found a platform and people who are like-minded and have followed us. So I'm very, very grateful for stuff like that. So people like Cole Howes who want to come in and talk about nerdy stuff, you know, if this is your vibe, give him a sub, because this is why we're all here, because it's about for all the stuff we complain about, for all the stuff that we whinge and moan about, it's because we've loved it for so long and we've seen a lot of it usurped. So it's a pleasure to be able to come on and just spitball about just what we truly love and what united us and what got us arguing in the first place. Who's better? This guy, that person, that one, who could win in a fight here, there, all that sort of stuff. It's all good. It's all gravy.
Thank you, Az. Anjanette, thank you for modding and taking the questions.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sub to Anjanette as well.
Anyone wants to sell me a mint in box flag, USS flag for $1? I'm here. Just hit me up.
I'm still looking for one myself.
You can pay postage and import fees as well. I won't take that away from you. I won't take that away from you.
Yeah. Somebody said they had a Japanese third-party combiner. Would you like a Japanese third-party? Okay, wait. We'll leave that for another day.
Yeah. So I'm
going to be here all night, and Az is
I'm gonna let Az do the outro, because I love when Az does his Bubba Balubo. So I'm gonna let him do the outro.
Okay. Well, until all are one. Goodbye, Balubo.
Anniversary to G.I. Joe. 199, yo Joe. 40th anniversary. Huh?
No, a real American hero. That's what he means.
Oh.
A-R. Yeah, a real American hero.
I thought that was just like coming from the perspective of a Chinese Muslim. Like, praise Allah. That's what I thought that was.
I'm sorry, she made it wrong, but then when you brought the Chinese Muslim into it.
There you go. Praise Allah. Come get my she chicken.
Oh, shit.